Welcome back to the channel. I'm still wearing the same hoodie. Today we got a crappie video. I went out in a hunt for a 4-pound smallmouth. I think I lost one. You'll see it. It looks bigger than the one I caught a couple of weeks back, and that weighed technically after it weighed a little over about 3.5 pounds. So I think I lost almost a 4-pounder. So the original goal was to catch a 4-pound smallmouth. Never caught one, but I caught a crap ton of crappie. And that was the rest of my day, was just catching crappie. So, check this out. Oh, it's a white bat. Oh, it's a big crappie. That's a big crappie. Oh my God. What a slab. Oh my. Look at that crappie. That's a big one, dude. Come on. Snoot. Got my bump board, technically. See how big this guy, how long this guy is. Oh, 11 incher. Oh, I'm not really in the mood to keep crappie today. So if anyone ever seen my crappie beatdown video, it's probably a couple months back old now. It's a crappie video, and then I actually put in some Brookville smallmouth videoing. We'll make that. Alright, we're going to see if this continues to work. So this is a way I like to fish from. I mainly use my live scope to pretty much what we're going to do is I want to back up a little bit. Try to be easy on this thing. Alright. So there's all the crappies. So what I'm doing, I'm casting past it. I'm using my live scope to watch it fall. And once I get to the depth they're all at, I'm just slowly reeling it across. I'm not really using the live scope at that point to see the fish bite. I'm just using the live scope to make sure I put it the right depth. Everyone does it differently. This is how I do it. So it looks like I'm at the depth I need to be at, and then just start slowly reeling it. Actually, no. A little high. Oh, got one looking at. I mean, it's a white bass. He's losing his mind. Oh, it's a bluegill. Oh my God, look at that. Multi-species panfish day, apparently. Look at that joker right there. Maybe. God, there's just big crappie, man. Oh my God.
big slappy slabs. Oh. I mean, look at that, dude. Look, it's another just absolute good 11-incher. I just don't have. God, maybe I should keep some today. I mean, I'm catching some big ones right now. I only caught 2 crops, but both the ones I caught being bigs. Another big one. It's an absolute tank. Oh my God, that one's bigger. Jesus Christ. Look at that guy. That's another good one. I would take these home, but you know what? We got a bunch of 11-inchers. I'd rather these guys keep making us some bait. That's another good one. 10.5, 11. And they're actually fighting. God, 3 in a row. That's a little one for today. Oh yeah. Oh, crappie video. Little one. Another good one. Oh. That's another little one. Another one. Another good one. Man, these Brookville crappies fight good. I like winter crappie. I take back everything I've ever said about crappies not fighting well. It comes out, all I had to do is just fish from in Indiana. And look at this, I mean, big shoulder. I mean, look at the shoulder on that guy. I'm gonna regret not taking these home and eating them tonight. How did you not hook up either? Jesus Christ. That was back-to-back big bumps. big one. All right. Another big one. Oh. A good one. It's probably just a little under the size that take home. But guys, same thing. I mean, I'm just letting it free fall right now. They're crappie around this tree. See if I can just drop down on them. Just dropped it right down on them. That was awesome. But yeah, same thing, guys. It's just another good one. I'm just doing a pretty traditional crappie technique. I mean, just dropping it down on them. It's another decent one. Even if you don't want to keep fish, I mean, this is pretty fun. I mean, this definitely beats just going on the bank and not catching them. So, you know, don't get me wrong, I'd rather be catching smallmouth right now, or even going after some largemouths. But honestly, with this probably my last trip out, more likely, unless I can do this consistently in December. I'll take this. You know, it is about 10 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna start bouncing around and just heading down the bank line, and you know, might go after some smallmouth. But this is just really fun. This is a 1/32 ounce weight. Don't even look at my live screen. Skip on, so we're gonna turn it so I can't even see. That 1/32 weight, it will sit where you want it a lot easier. I love it to do this. I guess strolling, whatever you want to call it. To me, I'm just dragging, like almost like you're dragging a football jig on bottom. You're just slowly dragging it. Once again, like I'm not looking at it, so I'm just kind of, I'll let it drop for 3 seconds, then start pulling it. Drop for 5 seconds, let it start pulling it. Cast it out, let the current pull me. You know, different stuff like that. The live scope definitely helps finding them. I pretty much scoped all these back ones and I didn't see anything. These two front ones have crappie on them, so just cast that out. Turn this heck off the tree, but just drag it. You know, might take some time to figure out the depth, but once you figure out the depth, they'll know. Of course, color will matter. Water's not super clean, so I'm going more chartreuse today. Chartreuse and monkey milk. But I'm a terrible crappie angler. I'm not very good. So, but that's what that is right now. I forget what the head is. These bobby garland's not going on this hook that well. It's keeper, but it's 1/32 little bobby garland milky milk, monkey milk. This was actually sitting in my chartreuse bag. But these are actually pretty fairly. But it's not firing off. Like, it might seem like I'm just catching one after another. I've probably been here for almost 45 minutes, and it's kind of like I'll catch one or two back to back, and then I'll go like handful casts, and that's just crappie fishing, figuring out the depth. But they're fighting real good, especially these big ones. Oh God, it's another good eater. It's another good one right there. Pop right out, but that's another good one. I'm actually ordering some new crappie jigs. 6th Sense just found at least their heads, so I'm gonna pick up some of theirs. I don't think they make a 1/32. I think they make a 1/16. Honestly, 1/16 is probably my main head for what I'm doing. If you're just doing more casting, probably a 1/8 better for what I do with this. 1/16 works really, really well. But also if I was fishing really, really deep water, or if I was moving it fairly quick. Oh, hurt. I've never seen crappie fight so hard in my entire life. Oh, good one. Holy shit. That is a fucking Tankosaurus. Oh my God. That is the biggest crappie I've ever caught. I was literally in mid-thought like, man, these 6th Sense jigs suck. Literally in the middle of my thought, I'm thinking about like, I should probably like the bobby garlands. I literally catch an absolute freaking monster of a fucking crappie. 10, 11, almost a 13-inch crappie. Bacons. Oh my God, man. I have never caught this many big ones in my entire life. Guys, when I tell you I'm not good at crappie fishing, I mean, I am not, but that's a little one. Thank God. They're a little bit deeper now. But they're farther out. Oh my God. Another big one. God. Oh, I mean, guys, another good one. I haven't seen him eat it. Look at that. It's another good eater. Thick top. Oh my God. I'm kicking myself now. Honestly, one of my favorite ways to catch crappies is just throwing a jig. That a little farther this time. Didn't see my jig on live scope, but I just kind of let it count down. Just let it fall a little bit farther, and just a bunch of good eaters. I mean, honestly, when I did that video from Ohio, that's over at Paint. I had to work to get 9 inchers. I would definitely on pace to limit out of 9 inchers today. I learned about the strolling method. I guess you can call it strolling. When me and Aaron, Cousins Fishing, was doing that in the spring for white bass, that's honestly what got my gears spinning. Was I bet I can do that for crappie. Cast it out, slowly just pull it back. And then you guys saw that at the Paint Creek video. And also, these crappie here are fighting. I never realized that. I've never caught so many crappie got fought so hard. They usually just fight like a paper bag. But they fight. Another just... Yeah. Another 11. I'm just catching... That's literally the size. So I'm catching constant 10s and 11s. Incredible. Incredible. So I was there, and I just moved to this pile. Yes, live scope did help me figure out which trees to fish at. So live scope is important, but it's also you can make it by just casting out. Just head to a cove and just cast around. You'll find them eventually. That feels like a good one again. Oh yeah. It's another good. Jesus. This is absolutely insane. Look at that one too. Oh my god, look at that's like a smallmouth mouth. Holy shit. Look at that one. Look at that one. Let's just do a rough ass measurement again. Can't fully keep their mouths closed. He's close. Right there. 12-incher. Look at that, man. Alright guys, we know they're at. You got a live scope, just point it out where you. Alright. Alright guys, we're gonna just plop. Got my last scope pointed out where I want to fish at, and then we're just gonna do a pull meshing. I'll probably just look down once in a while to make sure I'm at the right depth, but yep. In case you guys are wondering, I'm at the right depth. Oh, this is so fun. This is so much fun. There's some big ones on bottom. Might try to get to bottom. See if I can get some of those bigger ones to come up. It's an actual shoal. We'll get jiggy with it. Ooh. Can I give me a bigger one or no? Oh, where are you going? Oh my. I don't know if you saw because he was way down there. That was another absolute giant. Yep, they like the snacky swimmer. Big hex chase though. Probably a good one. Of course I didn't bring my seat today. Of course I could have used it right now. Smaller ones. Back at it. Another good one. Back to our regular scheduled programming of 10 inchers. We're back. Well, a little funk right there. I didn't catch one for like 20-30 minutes. That's about an 8-inch. 8-inch crap. At least one more. Might be a good one. Soft thump. Yep, just a little one. There one. There we go. I want one more big one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's another 11. Oh. Hey, smallmouth. Watch me buff this thing correctly. It's near the boat, I'll tell you that. Smallmouth, look how fat he is. Little smallmouth. Big old small jaw. Big old small jaw. Where you at, bud? Oh, just stay down. Stay down. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Get in the boat. Oh, God, I'm gonna mess this up.
What a blast. I can already hear people talking. This guy's freaking out about 11-inch crappie. I struggled a few months back to catch a 9-inch. I don't catch crappie over 9-inch consistently very often. I mean, I'm hunting for a 9-inch. And catching multiple 10s, 11s, 12s. and losing a 13 and catching a 13. Incredible day. It was so much fun. Did it with a jig. Caught some, watching my scope. Mainly used my scope to see where they're at. And that's another thing I kind of want to talk about with that, is that you don't always have to use live scope to watch them eat. At least from that day, and what I've learned from at least crappie fishing, if you just figure out exactly what depth they are, and you just make sure your jig is at that depth, you're golden. That's a big thing I do think about live scope, is definitely helping people with especially crappie fishing, but it also could transfer over to bass. I haven't had that much success yet transferring that over to bass, but if you just know the depth, I mean, all you gotta do is put the jig from the crappie's nose and they got it. So this is my crappie rod. I think it's the best crappie rod on the market. It's a Dobbins Sierra 700. And this is a 2-piece rod. A little 2-piece. So it's a 7-footer, 0 power, ultralight. So I keep this in my locker a lot of times. I got a little Daiwa Regal 2500 on there. It still balances it really, really well. I could go to a smaller reel, but honestly, that does really, really well. This braid sucks. It's from Vicious. Don't buy it. I'm going to put some different braid on here, but I do 10 pound down to a 6 pound leader. But that rod for that technique is absolutely incredible. I bought this little box. I forget who I bought it from. Sportsman Warehouse. Actually a fly box, but it fits crappie jigs really, really well. The chartreuse head you saw, this is the Headhunters little jigs. This is a 1/32 little chartreuse, little baby hook. That was a killer that day. And then the other hook I mainly threw, which I ran out of, I got snagged a bunch of times. And I believe this head is what everyone should start with. This is from, I thought it was from Crappie Magnet, I remember, but this is, it's called the Double Cross. I got these from Bass Pro. They got a barbell on each side. Not the 1/8. I did not throw the 1/8. I said it multiple times in the video. I realized it was not. I was throwing the 1/16 in white. And my main baits, it's just good old, main baits are just good old Bobby Garlands. I mean, I don't understand, but it makes sense. You see that tail just, but bunch of monkey milk. My monkey milk sits with bluegrass in the same box, so it's got like a little chartreuse hue to it. Probably doesn't matter, but that one does really good. The bluegrass does really well, but the one that got me the big bites, it's actually a newer one I've been throwing, I just started throwing, is the clobber minnow, right? Yeah, clobber minnow from the old 6 cents in old monkey milk. You can see it's a really thin crappie bait, really thin. And it's kind of deep. I mean, it's kind of a thicker one. It's got a little forked tail. And how I caught, when I lost that 13, I was just jigging it, like a little jigging minnow. But these are awesome. I got these in a couple colors, but that was the only one I caught the fish on. Another one is that Guggen Squad Snacky Swimmer. I love for throwing it and pendulum it back. I love it, the Snacky Swimmer doing that. They weren't really in the mood. When I first got there, when it was not windy, it was just throw it out and just kind of slowly drag it. Later in the day, once that wind picked up, they were kind of funky. Couldn't really figure them out. But overall, the hardest part for me, at least figuring out crappie, is the depth. And at least from what I've experienced, I really like chartreuse heads or white heads. But I really think the hardest part is depth. Because even that day, I would watch my bait and I would put it right in the pile. And I would pour right through the pile and not get bit. Makes no sense. Cast it back out and I would stop it right above the pile. So you see the crappie pile and I'll just put it like, if you're looking at my live scope screen, like this is the crappies. And it's like right here and I start pulling it through. And you'll watch them come up and they'll eat it. It's kind of crazy, but crappie, from what I've been told, because how big their eyes, they always look up. They're not looking straight or down. They're always looking up. So it's kind of crazy to me how I can put it in their pile, pull it through, can't get one to commit. But I put it a little bit higher. It's almost like they're like a wolf pack largemouth. One comes up, another one wants to come get it. You see in smallmouth and spotted bass. And I'm wondering if the crappie do the same thing. One comes up and the other one's like, no, I'm going to get it. So I'm wondering, and that's what the hard part to me is doing is without live scope and without bobber, is getting it over a pile above their nose to make them come up to it. That's what I think the pros of live scope is. There is companies coming out with some really good affordable, that little Ranch Eagle, I think it's a 9-inch. It all comes in, there's no black box, it's all voltage. That's going to be a really solid live scope system for people to step up and come into the live scope world. I know people in the chat and comment section like, I don't need live scope to catch crappie. You really don't. But honestly, I don't think I had as fun of a day without it. I was able to locate the depth, cast my bait out, count down. I will count in my head 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and then start reeling. And I got to that point, I just started flipping trees, and I wasn't even watching my live scope. I just threw it in there. I know how deep to make it to put it in front above their nose. So if you're able to figure that out another way, 2D, where I was fishing is really wooded, and it was about they're about 10 foot deep, I think, 11 feet, and they're sitting about 5 or 6. So I tried doing bobbers and just letting the wind drag it through. But that 1 32nd ounce head, letting it fall, you can get it keeping that distance really, really well and just slowly pull it. And that's what I like to do. I like to pull my baits. I know some people call it strolling technically, but not the actual jigging. But I love throwing it out, keeping a lighter head, get it down to that depth and just pull it and just keep that depth. Sometimes with reeling, if you reel too fast, you'll raise your bait. So I've learned just to kind of pull it, especially with 1 32nd ounce head. You can pull a bait real easy, nice and slow. If you're not really good at doing the reel slow, and it's crappie. If you're having trouble hooking up, maybe set up to a light power, but with an ultralight, I can just kind of lean and then just do a slow half hook set, or keep your reel on there. As soon as you feel them, reel into them. Crappie's mouths are soft. These are some needle little baby hooks. So you don't have to do a big hook set, like a big jig, like I just talked about last video. So you can use crappie fishing, and it's really fun. I mean, honestly, those crappie were fighting so hard. And those are the best fighting crappie I've ever caught in my entire life. So absolute blast. It turned a day from not catching a single smallmouth, losing one, and I caught one later, but into a really bad smallmouth day, or bad smallmouth adventure, to a really fun day. And I make a video about it. You guys and gals get to enjoy watching me crush some crappie, good size crappie as that. And it's late November, early December. So there's no point of being picky on what you're catching when just be happy you're on the water. I'm not dealing with Kyle showing his dad his new flip he learned from high school today, or all these boaters. It's just me. You saw in the cove, it was literally me the entire day. I had like 2 boats come by me like all day. So really fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. I really enjoyed making it, catching those fish. But I did order some of those 6 cents heads. I'm really excited to try them out. Those headhunters. I thought those double crosses were crappie magnet, but I'll verify. But Bass Pro does a big crappie sale in the spring. That's probably when I'm going to reload up. I thought picking up some more crappie stuff. I'm just going to wait for that sale. I got enough tackle to get me through at least to December. But once that crappie sale, I think I'm going to do a restock, change up on my box. I got some stuff coming in for storage wise. So once that happens, I'm going to do an updated video of my crappie setup. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video as well. But until then, I'd like to support the businesses that support me. All their contact information will be in my description. But until then, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.